What's good, fam? It's your boy Jorge. Welcome back to another episode of Hanging with the Boys and the Girls. I got the fan favorite, Megan, in the house.
Yay. I'm back.
What's going on, Megan? How's life treating you?
It's been all right. It's been just busy with illnesses lately, but
Well, I'm glad you bring that here.
no, not contagious right now that I know of. So
Okay.
you should be all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, life of a toddler mom.
Yeah.
It gets better.
We've been going on and off for like a month almost, but yeah, gotta happen. Gotta build up that antibodies.
Yeah, I think as an adult, you also bring them up too because, you know, you go through life and you start getting sick and everything. But once you have kids, you get sick a lot more often because of your kids.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised a lot of this, no, knock on wood, a lot of the stuff she gets, I don't get. Or me and my husband don't get. It's very, like, I'm just waiting for it and then it doesn't happen. So,
Yeah.
like, oh, well, all right.
That's what I'm saying. It like builds your immune system up too.
Yeah.
So
I'm okay
that's
with
always
it.
a good thing.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's all you got for
I
the
mean,
fans.
well-
you haven't been on in like a month.
Yeah. Not since Hannah was on here.
Speaking of that,
Mm-hmm.
I've done a few things here, and every time someone comes, they open up the candle I have here, and they just love it.
Okay.
So I'm hoping she's getting some orders, but
Yeah,
if not, Feral AF 20, get yourself 20% or 20% off.
I think it was,
Yeah.
Sierra Soapbox Candle Co.
Yeah. So that was a good episode. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, everyone that comes in yesterday, I had Adam and his wife in here, and she couldn't stop smelling it.
Oh, nice. Oh, good. Hopefully she has some residual sales trickling in for her. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But yeah. So yeah, I don't know. That's all we've been doing. Preparing for, we've got spring break coming up
When's that?
next week. Well, next 2 weeks after.
Oh,
this
really?
week. Yeah, for us up there.
Our spring break is in mid-April.
Oh, okay. Nice. Are you guys doing anything or not really?
We kind of do because it's like for my Jackson's birthday. I think his birthday's the 15th, tax day. Get your taxes done.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of that, I got a good one from Trump about
Okay.
taxes.
All right.
But then I think it's either that week or the week after that we usually have spring break. So last year was a big birthday for him. It was 10th.
Oh, yeah.
So we asked him what you wanted to do, and he wanted to take a trip because he's never been on an airplane. Like he's done stuff, but we just like drive.
Yeah.
So we all went to Vegas. That's
Nice.
You know, so we went to Vegas, went and saw like a Michael Jackson show.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
No.
did all that cool stuff, and he got on that airplane and stuff. So he was pumped on that. So we're like, dude, we could throw you a big party, friends, or what? He's like, nah, I don't care about that. I just want to travel. So
That's nice.
that's what we did. So it might have started like a tradition, which sucks because now like the little one, he's like, well, for my 10th birthday, and I'm like, well, that's a long way away, you know. So, but he's little, so I think he kind of likes the friends still.
Yeah. Yeah.
My older one's very independent in a way when it comes to like friends. So he'd rather do something else than be like, yeah, let's invite all my friends over.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see what
Nice.
happens, but
Yeah.
we'll probably end up taking a trip for his birthday, which would be like spring break.
That's what we did last year. We went to Monterey, which was really fun. I like it there. I hadn't been there in so long. Go to the aquarium. It's like not too super far, but like far enough to where it feels special for, you know, kids.
Yeah. Get out of the town.
Yeah, the ocean, everything. So it's nice.
Speaking of that, do you remember back in the day, like MTV spring break?
Oh, yeah.
That shit was so, like, I follow a person on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know the name, but it's like either the 80s. No, it wasn't even the 80s. It was like nostalgia something. And they'll like pop up like spring break stuff, and it's like top 10 spring break moments. And I was watching it, and I'm like, oh man, I remember some of those. But like,
Yeah.
man, like Limp Bizkit was the shit back then, and like
yeah.
Carmen Electra. It's so crazy to think that would be shown on TV, and then nowadays,
I gotta find that. Watch those. That'd be good.
I'll tag you in one because it pops up on my stuff all the time, and I'm like, damn, we were pretty cool back then.
It was pretty sweet. I mean, I never partook in anything like that, but I remember watching it and just going, that is insane. I never really wanted to like, I didn't have interest in like being a part of something like that. Like I wasn't ever thinking, oh, I got to go to MTV Spring Break one day or whatever. But it was very entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny.
When was like the peak of that? Late 90s? Early 2000s?
Early 2000s for sure.
Early, yeah.
Like when we were in high school still. Like it was still like kind of the peak of it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, yeah.
I think once we got out of high school, that stuff started falling apart kind of.
Yeah.
Like the TRL and...
Yeah. Where were they at? Miami or like Mexico? Cancun?
You know what happened actually? Rob Dyrdek took over all that stuff and it was just like his shows.
Oh, the MTV culture stuff?
Yeah. So I think they went from doing like cool... I mean, not... I don't know. It was entertaining.
Yeah.
But doing entertaining things like that, just random things, to like more structured Robin Big type shows that they didn't need those other like crazy.
Yeah, like Real World and Road Rules, like those types of things, and like the challenge shows and stuff. And it was more like different reality, I guess, and kind of morphed into. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a weird time. Cool time though.
Oh yeah, TRL. Oh yeah, love TRL. Come home from school, watch TRL.
I look back at all that stuff on that channel, and I'm like, man, there was a lot of cool stuff. And like, I think the coolest part about everything was that there was no like necessarily worries for us.
No, not really. I mean, you had kid worries and stresses, but
not even that so big different. Of what they are now.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like some of the like the memes that dude posts or whatever are like, you know, it's 1999, got off from school, put bagel bites in the microwave, turn on whatever game system was on, or going to Blockbuster for the week, you know, stuff like that. And it was like, that was all you worried about.
Yeah. Thinking about what movie you're going to rent on Friday night.
Yeah.
Hoping it's going to like not be sold out. And then...
what bummer was it when you showed up and they were sold out?
Oh, or like a game you've just been trying to try, like wanting to play for so long, you can't ever get it. But then you gotta, I don't know, like plan it out to get it on Friday, so you have it the whole weekend.
Yeah.
And yeah, I always remember having to, like, I would even ride my bike to the video store to like return videos for my parents and games and stuff because it wasn't super far from our house.
Yeah.
Oh, what a time.
Yeah. But that's the thing that pops up to me is like the fact that like we didn't really worry about much. And then nowadays it seems like, and I don't really know because I don't have a teenager yet, but from what you see, like teenagers are, a lot of them are unaliving themselves because bullying or whatever, or like online shit that goes on, or especially for like a lot of like young women.
Yeah, social pressures.
Yeah, because they see everyone else being certain thing, and guys don't necessarily care too much, I guess, sometimes.
Yeah, I think
as much as women.
Yeah, they keep it more under wraps. I love a little bit too, but which is also not great. But I do remember, not to be a wet blanket, but we had a boy kill himself in like 7th grade.
Unalive himself.
Oh, my bad. Bleep that out. Unalived himself in 7th grade, and it was devastating. And it was like totally bullying related.
Who was that? I'll bleep out the name.
His name was...
I remember, yeah.
Do you remember him? Because his parents own the fish hatchery in town.
Oh, okay. So I actually did a lot of stuff for like the Yellow Ribbon Project.
Oh, yeah. They were big into that.
They were big into that, and because of that.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I did a lot of that stuff throughout like middle school and high school.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That was just awful.
Yeah, that was kind of like the first one. But yeah, he was like he was getting bullied at school.
Yeah.
It wasn't that online.
No, because there was no online thing.
Yeah, so imagine that now, like a kid unalives himself because they're getting bullied online from people they never met, will never meet.
That's true, from like strangers and stuff. So that would be crazy. Yeah. I can't imagine what that would do. Like, I try to put myself in that position. Like, what would that be like? I don't know, because like when you have an immature brain and people like that would have an influence on you, and so sad.
Yeah, that's why I think it's important to keep kids off the social media.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then, you know, once they kind of can figure it out, or, you know, just put it in their head like, hey, this is not important. At the end of the day, like, we're here.
Yeah. That doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it, even though, I mean, that's hard. But once they reach an age where maybe they're mature enough to actually think it through enough to know, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't fucking care about that person. I don't know who they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crazy time. So that's why I reflect back when I see those posts and I'm like, man, we didn't care about nothing. Like we didn't worry about anything like that. We just did for me, what guys would do. And that's it. We'd had fun.
Hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
AOL Instant Messenger. A lot of that. That was later though, I guess.
A little bit.
High school? Did I do that in high school? I don't know.
Probably towards the end. Because I remember sidekicks were big once I got out of high school.
Yeah, I think I was in college at that point. Yeah. But MySpace started senior year, I remember, for me.
Really?
Yeah. That was senior year. And we had what was that class? It was just like a computer class in high school. I don't remember what it was called, but I remember we sat in I thought it was cool, little cubicles where it was 4 computers. So it was me and 3 of my friends. It was the most fun class we had. But you couldn't go on a MySpace or any blocked websites. But kids don't do this. But you could go on, I don't know the name of them. It's a website where you can go to other websites through that website.
Oh, okay.
So that URL isn't blocked. So then we would be on MySpace the whole time and just
MySpacing it up. MySpace was cool. It was you could what's it called? It was almost like a website builder.
Yeah.
Because you could go on there and you learned how to code
your whole page.
Yeah.
Do all the HTML coding. And I didn't do too much of that. I don't know, because I think a lot of girls ruined it because it was just dude, that is hideous and it's too much.
Yeah.
But I remember, just going on there and you refresh the page a million times to see if you have a new message or a new comment, or heaven forbid, a photo comment. Super big deal. It's oh my God, what did so-and-so say about my picture?
It's good old days, Megan.
I know.
Good old days. Tom was really ahead of his time.
Oh yeah. And then later when you could add a song and do your top 8.
Yeah.
Was it 8 or 6? No, it was 8.
It was top 5, but then they did it you could code it where it was top 20.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You could change that.
That's what I'm saying. It was kind of the first time I learned how to code stuff just because of that. I'm like, huh. So then now when I do website stuff,
yeah,
I remember that stuff.
Interesting.
I'm like, oh.
How did you teach yourself that?
I would just there was websites that had codes already, and I would take the codes and paste them onto my page, or it was in the description area where you pasted them.
Yeah, right.
And then I would look at it and then I'd see what I didn't like, and then I'd go back to the code and read it, and then I'm like, oh, okay, so that if I delete this is what it does.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then a lot of times, of times it would say on your actual page, it would say it would have whoever did the coding, I think, their name and stuff. So I'd go in there and try and find it. That's the first thing I did. I'd try to find it, and then when I found it, I would delete it and then go back and it would take it off. So I'm like, oh, okay, so I can delete and add things.
Yeah, nice.
Stuff like that. So
yeah, that's fun.
It was just, it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of taxes.
Oh, yes.
Your boy Trump. He's looking to eliminate all taxes for Americans that earn less than $150K a year.
At 0.
All taxes, yeah.
Okay. Who's paying for shit then? Where's the money coming from then for the military?
So he's trying to tax other people, other countries, to do business with America.
With the tariffs and...
No, it's not a tariff. It's a different thing. It's almost like a membership from what I saw. It was the main guy at the SEC or something like that was talking about this on an interview. And he said something along the lines of it being, he wanted to do something where it's a membership to be able to do business with America. And you would probably get it from that. But then obviously everyone that makes over 150 will get taxed.
Wonder what the tax rate would be then if you're over 150.
But then also too, because I was like, dang, that's pretty cool. That's pretty good for some people,
I mean, yeah, it would hopefully, I mean, I don't know what's considered middle class anymore because everything's so fucking expensive, but whatever would help boost the middle class, because
I think that for sure would.
Everything is better. I mean, I'm no economist, but everything's better when you support the middle class.
But you're a gynecologist.
I'm not a gynecologist.
Okay. Thought that was what you were.
No. But yeah, what if that's going to help them? Great. I mean, I hope it doesn't affect other things too terribly.
Yeah.
Like the cost of things and like, I don't know.
I was looking on Twitter and you know, there was a lot of people, obviously because it's Trump, so a lot of people were hating. But then like the people that were loving it, they're like, this is like the type of change that we need in America that will do, you know, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But when I was thinking about it, I was like, pretty cool. But then when you really sit down and look at it, a lot of people look forward to tax season because they get big
with the
returns and shit.
Yeah. I mean, like, it might make people like rethink their budgeting and stuff, like, because then you're not depending on that at one point.
So you're not paying taxes or you're not getting taxes taken out of your check. Mm-hmm. So your check would be bigger throughout the year.
Yeah.
But then at the end of the year, tax season, you're not getting anything at all, like a lump sum.
Yeah.
And I think just because how everyone's conditioned, maybe a lot of people depend on that.
Maybe, yeah.
That's when they're like, I'm going to go buy a new car. Yeah. I'm going to do this with my money. I'm going to, you know, whatever it may be. So they wait till that time. But if you're actually just not getting that lump sum, but then you're getting your paychecks a lot bigger throughout every week or every month, I don't know if people are going to be able to save. And that might be like a very small percentage of people that I'm talking about. I don't know.
Probably is. I feel like most people aren't good at saving. Most people are getting that money and they're blowing it on something they've been wanting.
Yeah.
That might not be a great idea. So I don't know.
So maybe it's a good way either way.
Yeah.
Huh. Be interesting.
I would enjoy it.
And then I imagine if this is 150K, I'm assuming individual. So like per partner, I imagine the price.
Probably. Not family or whatever.
Yeah, if you do joint like marriage, I would imagine it's more than 150K. If it's not, then it's like it's not much.
Yeah, not these days. Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's all I got, Megan. What do you got for me?
That's it?
No.
Oh, jeez.
I have more for you.
Okay.
Did you see? I kind of assume that you would know more about this. I don't really know much about it.
Okay.
But Casey Anthony.
Yeah.
She murdered her kid?
Yes.
She did?
Oh, yeah. I mean, she didn't get convicted for it, but she did it.
Okay, so how'd that happen?
She drowned her. Now, this is so long ago. I feel like I should have brushed up on this info ahead of time, but I remember she was 2 years old and she drowned her, and she was like, while they were searching for the little girl, the mom, knowingly where she was out like partying, and all the pictures that were taken and stuff at that time, you could tell she did not give a fuck about her child. So, and then I think, oh God, I can't remember. I know they found her in a car. I can't remember if it was in her car. I could be wrong. I just remember reading or hearing something a long time ago about how I think it was her car smelled like a dead body at one point. And so then that, I don't know. Sorry. I feel like I don't know enough about it at this point. It's been so long. When was that? Yeah.
So that was in 2008 that it actually happened.
Oh,
and then
I thought it was longer ago.
The trial actually finished in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so she was convicted of first-degree murder, aggravated child abuse, and manslaughter of a child.
She was convicted?
Or she wasn't convicted, but she was
that was the charges.
Charged.
Okay, yeah.
And then she was found not guilty of all that, but guilty on 4 counts of providing false information. How do you... So I actually went to trial, and then the jury said, no, you're not guilty.
I guess, yeah.
But it was like almost one of those O.J. Simpson things where everyone's like, yeah, he did it.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knew, everybody knew it was her. But I don't remember why she got off of those charges. I don't remember, how that happened, but
I probably should have researched it. But she popped up. She's on TikTok now.
Yeah,
So
saw that.
She hasn't been on. I think she tried to do a little comeback between now and 2011, and people were like, "Hey, fuck you, lady."
Fucking idiot, dude.
So I think she went back into hiding for a while.
As you should.
And then now she just came back on TikTok with a TikTok profile, and she's trying to promote her new like a newsletter. I'm a legal advocate, she says. So obviously it was a lot of backlash came from that.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, dude, no one wants to support you.
Not enough backlash actually came from that. I think people should go a little harder on her. I'm going to do a little PSA real quick, or whatever you want to call it. Hey, we don't want you here. You can go away now. Like, nobody wants you. You're a piece of shit. Go back in your hole.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Speaking of that, that's kind of what the main people that were hitting her up were like, guys, trying to get all up in that.
Yeah.
I think that was like the only positive thing that she got from it, were like horny dudes, not really anyone supporting her. She's not a bad looking lady, but
she gets me fired up. I was seeing a lot of those clips of people like responding to her video and stuff, and it was fun. A lot of it was funny. But then I watched her full thing one time because I just couldn't even stomach it.
Oh, you did?
I mean, she's just so full of shit. Like, yeah, you go ahead and be an advocate. You go ahead and call yourself that, but you're a waste of space on this planet. Like,
she don't have another kid, does she?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm not positive. I feel like that would have been all over the news, though.
Yeah. See, I kind of think, because I remember there was a spark where she did something. Mm-hmm. And everyone was like, oh, it was a Casey Anthony chick, and she did something. I don't know if it was like trying to do a comeback, or she maybe got pregnant and had a kid.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, dude, how's that possible? Don't let her do that.
I mean,
I don't know.
It could happen, but I hope not. I'm not for like mandated sterilization, but she should have that done.
Yeah. One of Britain's most notorious serial killer, which I think that's more for the headline, because if you really look at what this guy did, I don't know if it was a serial killer.
Jack the Ripper?
No, Robert Maudsley, known as Hannibal the Cannibal.
Oh, I read a blurb about this. Yeah.
He's allegedly on a hunger strike after guards take away his PlayStation in prison.
Oh, man.
And he actually has the record right now for most time spent in solitary confinement, which is like 30 something years.
Oh, well.
So he's been in there since he's been like in his 20s, and he's 74 years old right now. So like, I think he was in prison for 3 years, and then after that, he's been in solitary confinement the entire time. So he murdered 2 people. Okay. Which is, I'm like, well, where's the serial part of that? So he murdered 2 people, found guilty, goes to prison. In prison, he ends up killing, I think, 3 child molesters in there. Oh. So then they give him more time. Okay. And then from there, they put him in solitary confinement. And I think he's just not, they don't see him as responsible enough to go out into normal population.
Right. Well, especially at this point.
Yeah. So it's like one of those guys where it's like, if you put him with people, he's probably going to kill him just because. Yeah. You know. So he's been in there. Something happened where like they took everyone out of solitary confinement to check, because supposedly someone had a gun, smuggled a gun in. And that's when they went into his cell and they took his shit away. And then they brought him back and he's like, where's my stuff? And they're like, oh, well, you're not acting appropriate or whatever. So we just took it. So then now he's on a hunger strike.
And that'll show him.
That would show him. And he was talking to his brother, telling him, hey, this might be the last time I talk to you, because I'm not eating. It's like, well, okay. I mean, you're doing us a favor, really.
Yeah. I mean, kudos for unaliving the child molesters.
Yeah, yeah.
But also, you killed a couple other people too. So
yeah.
Yeah.
They should probably put him, they should put these people with the molesters every time. And survival of the fittest.
That would be not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Here.
One of the times maybe the molester will get the best of the serial killer and kill him, and then we're done with him, and then we'll bring another one in.
All right.
You know?
Sounds good to me.
But my biggest question is, and you might know a little bit more just because you have friends that are in the forces and stuff like that. But what's up with people having PlayStations and shit in prison?
Oh,
I know this isn't Britain, but
well, yeah, true. That is another country, but I don't know like the specific rules. Like prison is different than jail. Jail, a lot of people don't realize this, and it drives me nuts. But jail, you're there, you're not convicted of your crime yet. You get your sentence from whatever, and then you can either do, like time served, so they'll take your jail time and then you don't go to prison, or you go to prison from the jail. And if it's like state prison, not nice.
What other prison is there?
Federal.
Oh, okay.
Federal
that's
prison.
A good one.
Yeah, that's where you want to go.
That's where all the rich people go because all like the tax shit.
All the like money fraud, tax fraud.
Pay your taxes.
Yeah, pay your
taxes.
Unless
you make $150K a year.
I mean, there's other reasons you go to federal prison, like terrorists and stuff also do, but you get a lot more. They're nicer facilities, and you get a lot more. I don't know, perks and stuff, and I don't know, but
hey, a prison sentence is determined. Like if you have under a year, you stay in jail, right?
I'm not positive on that, actually.
I thought I heard that. I thought like say you get convicted of whatever you did, but they're like 9 months in prison, 9-month charge. Yeah, you're going to jail, not prison.
It could be, maybe. Okay. And a lot of times, it takes so long for you to go in front of the judge for your charges that you'll just do time served. But I'm not sure. But yeah, you can get. This could vary state by state or by facility, but people get PlayStations and whatever they can in their cells, and then
in their cells is wild to me.
Yeah. Oh, they have TVs.
So I know they have like break rooms where they can go and watch certain things sometimes. But like in their cell.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's reserved for people who are on certain good behavior stuff, or if you just get issued one or whatever. I do know back in the day, I don't know if they have flat screens now there, but like on prison shows I would watch where they would have little tube TVs in their cells, but they would be clear so that way they can see in there that nothing's hiding contraband or anything in there. Yeah. But, you can get, I know cell phones are not allowed, but they do have internet access. I don't know how that works though. If they probably have better Wi-Fi than I do. Oh, probably.
Fuckers.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I mean, if people knew probably everything that a lot of really bad people get privileged to in prison, they'd be pissed about it. But
well, yeah, because you see Hannibal the Cannibal there, he probably has the best life because he obviously has something wrong with him.
Well, yeah.
And like I said, it's like one of those things where you put him with people, he's probably going to kill him. Yeah. So he's probably better off alone. Yeah. So like all he does is watch TV, read books, and play PlayStation. That's what they said in there. And they took all that shit away from him. So now he's like,
yeah. Well, and then think of like, he's been in solitary so long. He was already mentally messed up before. Yeah. Think of how bad he is now.
But that's not solitary though. Because isn't solitary like you're in the hole with nothing, just a blanket?
Well, I think there's the shoe. I don't know. I think it depends because there's people that have cells by themselves, but they don't get access to, they don't get like yard time and stuff. And then I think that's solitary when you don't get any outside time. Yeah. Because usually they're supposed to get an hour a day, I think is the standard. Normal. But then they also take them out to shower. And that's like it. So I think when you're in solitary, you don't get that. You probably still get a shower, but you don't get outside time. Yeah. And you don't get any interaction with anybody else, obviously. So no yard time, no nothing.
Ask your people that you know about this.
Yeah, I will.
Because you just talked about time served. Mm-hmm. All right. So there's this rapper kid. Okay. And it's probably been like 7 years now. Okay. Right. So let's say 7 years, 5 to 7 years. So 7 years ago, supposedly he killed 2 of his friends, right? His name is YNW Melly.
Never heard of him. Okay.
So look him up.
Okay.
And it kind of started with the whole like rappers snitching on themselves with songs. So he has a song called Murder on My Mind, which is pretty dope. And he kind of, they try to play it where what he rapped about in that song is kind of what he did in real life. So they're trying to put the pieces together, right?
Okay.
So the point is, he's been in jail for 7 years. They just did a trial for him, I believe, last year or the year before. It was like a hung jury or mistrial, whatever it was.
Oh.
So nothing happened. Now they're trying to find a new date.
Yep.
And it's like, dude, he's been in jail for 7 years. How can you just hold someone in jail for 7 years?
You can.
But he's not guilty, right? He's not guilty. He's innocent until
proven guilty. But I don't know the exact wording and stuff, but like when you're in custody like that and you're awaiting trial, there's different laws for that. And it sometimes, especially if you have a mistrial or something and they have to start over. Oof.
And it's probably tough because it's like a celebrity. So a lot of people know about this.
Yeah. So then they have to do everything again and start from scratch. And if you actually go to trial with a jury, that shit takes forever to just get to that point. So
they're not doing something illegal towards him.
By keeping him there?
Yeah.
No.
By keeping him there and not giving him dates or not giving him a trial, like stuff like that?
No. But each state's different. I don't know what the details are with how that works. I wish I did, but.
So what happens when he does a trial and say he wins, found not guilty, and he serves 7 years in prison or more, because who knows when the next trial will be, but he served that time.
If they're like, hey, we're giving you 10 years, then you get 7 served. You got 3 left, but you're going.
No, but what if he didn't do it? Like he's found not guilty.
Oh, well then, so sorry. Shit sucks. It sucks for you.
The system's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I mean, then he would a lot of people probably sue the state or whatever and try to get something for, emotional, whatever the hell it's called. But, yeah.
Interesting. So I was looking at that prison thing, and then there was another one that popped up, and it was this guy was getting trolled on Twitter because he posted photos from jail that he got the new Jordans that just dropped, and like some of the comments were like, dude, you're focusing on the wrong release, like the wrong release date there and stuff like that. But what I noticed is, dude, the guy was, he's wearing the shoes and he's showing them off in his cell, but he had like jewelry on and shit, and I'm all, how is that possible?
In county jail?
I don't know where he was, but it actually did make me think of, there's like influencers now where like you can go to a location, like this location, maybe I'll buy one, but they have like fake cockpits in there, so like you can go in there and pretend you're on.
Oh yeah, I've seen that where it's like a set.
Yeah, so you
pretend you're on a first class flight or on a
private jet.
Yeah, like you're on a PJ and you're all rich and stuff.
You're all PJ going to Dubai and it's like
someone's backyard,
someone's house. Maybe I should get one of those in here.
You should. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, do the pod in it, but it made me think like maybe there's that for prison cells, because I see it so much and I'm like,
there's probably that. Also hospital rooms.
Yeah,
because people love faking that shit.
Yeah. It's like, how does that guy have a phone, for one? Because you're saying that one's a little bit harder.
Yeah.
But then, like, he has full-on, like, diamond necklaces, and then he has, like, the new Jordans on, and he has all this.
That part's weird. Like, I understand, like, cell phones get smuggled in a lot and stuff, and I don't know, maybe there is a place where cell phones are allowed, but how the hell could you be wearing chains and you have Jordans in there? Like, that's crazy against the rules. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
So it's almost like these guys are renting a place that looks like a prison cell. Be.
But then people that would do something like that would make a stupid mistake and be like, oh, look at my new Jordans in jail. And people would call them out, and then that's how they'd get caught in their lie. But
yeah. Or if he's really doing it, he's going to get caught and sentenced to a longer time.
Yeah. Huh. I don't know. That's weird.
Crazy world.
Can I snowball off that real quick?
Yeah.
There's a Hulu show called Scamanda that came out recently.
Scamanda,
like Scamanda.
Scamanda. And is it a woman named Amanda?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And so what she did was she faked having cancer for years, scammed people out of money, a lot of money. And it's like a limited series. So I think it's like 4 episodes. It was really good. Highly recommend. Scamanda on Hulu.
On Hulu?
Yeah.
Was this like famous or anything, or just kind of?
It was pretty well known to where, like, God, I think she was on a talk show at some point. Was she on, like, I don't know. Now I can't remember. Was she on Kelly Clarkson or something like that? So like people online knew it. She had a big following online. And so what happened eventually was the IRS was looking into her. And nowadays with electronic money, like GoFundMe's and stuff like that, Venmo, blah, 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 you can track everything. So besides cash, they obviously couldn't track cash. And a lot of people gave her that. They were able to track how much money she had been getting over the years and looking into it. But then also it was like such a huge investigation to unfold all her medical lies because your medical records are protected. But then in this case, it was like, it was so interesting how they did it. And it was really good. But I'm so glad she got caught. What a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, yeah, I just finished that recently. I wanted to bring that up. It was a good show.
It makes you think, like, if you're that smart or that clever to scam people, why don't you take that into something like a job?
You know, yeah, that would be great. This person in particular was, in general, a pathological liar from an early age. I personally know a person like that. And I don't think it was all about the money with her. It was probably half about the money, and then half it's like Munchausen's, where you're getting that attention from being sick. Now, she wasn't actually making herself sick. She was just faking everything.
Yeah.
So, and she went to crazy lengths to make it seem legit.
Damn.
She faked medical documents. She faked letters from doctors. It was, holy shit, it was a lot.
Because that's what I'm saying. She's smart enough to do that.
I know.
Get a job.
I know. Get a real job. It's sad.
Did you watch there's another one on there that I think it's the same kind of scamming people. I saw someone talk about it, but I didn't watch it. It's on Netflix, and it's the apple cider vinegar one.
Oh, is that what that's about? I didn't see that, but I saw that title and it made me think, oh, I wonder what that is, but I didn't look.
Yeah. It's like the same. It's like a woman doing the same thing.
Oh, okay.
She was
I'll
like,
have to watch that.
Yeah. I don't know. She was scamming people somehow.
Yeah. I can't. I watched it because I always put myself in that mental space to think, like, could I do that? Like, how do those people do that? Because I can't do that. There's no way. Like, I mean, I'm such a terrible liar too. Like, if I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
There's no way. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. And yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, you got to keep up like the biggest lie forever.
And aren't you tired? That's got to be exhausting.
Not for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, get a life.
Yeah, or get a bag of hot Cheetos and maybe find a Cheeto that looks like the Pokemon Charizard.
Oh, yeah. Nice segue.
And then you can sell it for $88,000.
$88,000?
Yeah, here's the Cheeto, Megan. You can see it.
I mean, that does kind of look like a dragon.
Yeah. So it looks like the Pokemon Charizard.
Okay.
And these people got it. I went to, I talked about these guys before, but I went to Gold's auction.
Okay.
And they put it into, or Gold's Collectible, I think it's called. They put it into like a card looking thing to like preserve it. And then they call it, what do they call it? The Cheetozard. And someone bought it for $88,000.
Who bought that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Pretty crazy. So I guess there was another Cheeto or chip that looked like Pikachu a few years ago, and it went for like $20,000. So I think this time they saw that and they're like, yeah, we'll buy it from the person. And then the auction house owned it, and then they put it up for auction and it sold.
Okay, if somebody has $88,000 to spend on a Cheeto that looks like a dragon, can you just for 1 second think about maybe donating it to me? Just that money would get used so well. Like I would do so many great things.
Oh yeah, what would you do with it, Megan?
Instead of buying a Cheeto.
What would you do with $88,000?
It'd be money towards a nice house for our family.
Okay.
Would.
That's valid. That is valid.
I mean, oh God, it's just, I mean, do what you want with your money if you got that much to throw around, but.
Yeah. Speaking of throwing around money, I just sold my house.
This house?
No, my other house.
Oh God, I forgot that was still not.
Yeah. Try being me.
Oh my gosh.
It closed on Friday, but I got the wire in the bank on Monday.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
well,
that's official.
Congrats to you. That's great. I bet that was a lot of weight taken off your shoulders.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, paying 2 mortgages, all the utilities and shit over there. My wife was so pissed about that.
Oh, really?
She's like, we pay the utilities every month and we don't even live there. And like whatever is going up and, like it's so expensive and we got to pay here too. She was so pissed. And I'm like, we got to pay garbage still because Carson has like a thing where like they have to have garbage.
Yeah, you can't stop the service.
Yeah, like, hey, we don't live there. And they're like, yep.
Gotta pay it.
Gotta pay it.
You own the house.
So it was like stuff like that. It was just like little things that were annoying on top of like the house too, like not selling. So I think we went, it was like a 45-day escrow. It wasn't the 30-day or whatever. So yeah, we went around 45 days with it. So we were pumped, but then we're like, all right, well, never know. I'm a big person on facts, like if I saw an alien, I would tell you there's aliens.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to like see footage of stuff and be like, yeah, they're real. Like, I have to see the shit for me to tell you it's valid. So I was like, not till that money hits the bank account.
Oh yeah.
Is it valid?
Oh yeah.
So it hit on Monday. So it's almost surreal. Like, I'm like, that's it.
Well, it's smart to have that mentality in that situation for sure, because that's too big.
Well, and that's the thing too, like even buying houses, this is our second home we bought. So, a big thing we learn from the people that do mortgage loans and all that kind of stuff, they're like, so you're pre-approved, but don't go do anything stupid. Don't even go buy like, a $5,000 something you put it on your credit card. Because we're going to run your credit again before everything closes. And if anything changes where like that we set up and stuff like that, you're not going to get your loan.
Yeah.
So that was like a big thing for us. And it's funny because when we look for houses, we looked at a house and we're like, oh, that house is dope. And it's on like pending. And then like 2 months later, it's back on the market. And we're like, oh, what happened? They couldn't get the loan, or maybe they went out and bought they're like, oh yeah, we got the house. So let's go buy a car. Right. It's like, don't do anything that changes your credit. That adds to your credit, takes away from your credit. Don't do anything.
Nothing.
Yeah. Until that shit closes. And it's usually like a month. So like relax. So, but that's how me and the wife are. We're just like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah.
They told us because they were waiting like an extra 15 days, something for like their loan or whatever. So we're like, yeah, that's cool. They're like, so 45 days, March 6th would be the day. We're like, all right. Comes, March 6th. And they're like, oh, we need an extension to like 2 more days. We're like, all right. But then it happened and we're like, oh, okay. Now we can celebrate, but it's like almost just normal now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
It's good, nice. Megan.
Yeah, I'm glad. 2 mortgages is insane.
Yeah.
I totally forgot that was still something you were dealing with. Wow.
Yeah, it took a while.
Yeah, how long did that take?
Almost 2 years.
To sell that? Yeah. From when you first listed it?
Yeah.
Till,
Yeah, but it was tough though. We listed it. We messed up. We should have listed it obviously when everything was crazy with COVID.
Yeah.
Because like houses we're going for a stupid amount of money.
Right.
So we put ours up, and then It didn't get much traction. And then during winter, we took it off the market because we're like, well, no one's going to be buying during Christmas time and stuff like that. So we took it off the market. And then last year in March, we put it back up. So yeah, it was a year from March.
Oh yeah.
We put it back up, and then it just so happens that like, dude, the interest rates, I saw the interest rate that those people were going to be paying. I'm like, holy fuck. It's like a lot, you know? They're paying more for that house than I do for my house here.
Oh my God.
Yeah. My house is way more expensive than that house.
How much is the rate they were paying?
Like 7 something.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. So, you know, whatever. It sucks for them. But it's one of those things where it's just the rates were just so crazy and stuff. So that didn't help on selling the house either.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
But eventually it happened and it's over with now. So now it's, like I said, like now I'm like, oh, it's just normal. Like, yeah.
Meanwhile, I feel like we're never going to buy a house.
We'll see.
One day.
We'll see what happens with Daddy Trump.
One day. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Somebody wants to sponsor our family. Give us
we're about the Cheeto. Sponsor Megan.
Yeah, sponsor our family.
How's the housing market in Reno? Do you look a lot?
No, I honestly don't because I get too sad.
See, we're big on, like, we still look.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I was like set up like you are, where you're like, this is our house, it's gonna be our house for a long time, like we love this house, I would be pumped and I'd probably be looking all the time just for fun. But I look and I'm just like, oh God, I just get really depressed. So I don't look. Like I look maybe once every few months.
I was just wondering like on prices and stuff like that. There's a lot of like cheap areas in Reno. Like outside of Reno though? No? Like Spanish Springs or Cold Springs?
Well, maybe Cold Springs, but like not, I mean, it's still expensive for what you're getting. Like you don't want to live out there.
That's how it is here.
Yeah, oh yeah, I know. And
there's some houses I'm like, there's no way that's $800,000.
Yeah, I know. It's like a dump. It's like, okay, well, you're gonna pay $500,000, but that house is a piece of shit. It's in a bad neighborhood, and you're gonna be spending a ton of money just to fix it up so it's decently livable.
Yep.
Cool. Like I'm not doing that. Like I don't want to buy a house just to have a house and say, I own this, like, or we own this, but I want it to be like something we're going to be in for a while. So I'm willing to wait because I'm not going to go buy a piece of shit house in a neighborhood where I don't feel
and that's
safe.
Good because that's exactly like our mentality. We're like, we want to get into a house that we don't have, it's move-in ready.
Yeah.
We don't have to do much.
Yeah.
There's one house that was like by my kid's school, like off of Stewart.
You might have shown me that one.
No, well, yeah, we did want that one too, but no, there's another house earlier.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Before we even had, or no, we already had the other one for sale, but it was beat. But like all the houses around it were like kind of newer. The houses like on this side were like big, but like still the same age of that house. And then everything from this side over, brand new, $1 million homes.
Yeah. I think I know right where
and there was like one house in between where like everything else was like $1 million homes. We go, it's like smells like cat piss, like dog piss everywhere.
Oh, God.
The layout kind of sucked. But then the land, it was like an acre and it was big. Like it was, I don't know how they said it was an acre, but it was fucking huge, right? So we're like, damn, dude, that's good. Price, they were like, it was a bidding thing. So I think we bid like 510. And I think someone got it for like 516
for a cat piss house,
for a shit house. And even my because everything's done through the phone and you know stuff like that, my realtor lady's like, hey, you should come in. So I go in, she's like, basically so she could be like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, have you looked at like the inspections and like the person probably died in the house and like all that kind of shit? I'm like, yeah. But the thing is, like, you don't understand in that area where we live now. Yeah. For an acre and just even a beat house, like 500,000, like we said, what, 510, I said? Yeah. 510, I think it was. Yeah. That's a steal. Yeah. Like, regardless, I know we're going to have to do a lot of work to that house.
Yeah, but almost just the lot is almost worth that much.
And it was seriously like 3 houses down from my kid's school.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
I might know the house you're even talking about.
I'm like, my little kid's going to he's in first grade. So he's going to that school for a while.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that would be amazing,
Yeah.
But we took the risk on that and we bid, but then we were outbid.
Man, because
so someone got it.
The amount of money you'd have to put in to that, because you'd have to tear everything down to the subfloor.
Yeah.
You'd probably have to re-drywall everything at least halfway up the walls, probably.
Well, like I said, the layout sucked too. So we'd have to take out walls and, make different rooms. So I know there was a lot of work to it. Mm-hmm. But that was like the only time we're like, we should. Because I have another one too that was down the street from my mom's house. That was, remember Doug? Mm-hmm. His grandpa. So like he passed away and left the house. And it was split 4 ways between like his mom and the 3 other siblings or something like that. So we went and looked at it and they had it on there for $530. Now his was almost 2 acres.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was huge. And we go look at it and I'm like, no, there's just no way, because the layout was so bad, which is weird how they made this house. Mm-hmm. The layout was horrible where I'm like, dude, we'd have to just start brand new almost.
Yeah.
So, and that was like real close to when we picked this house. Mm-hmm. So we're like, nah. But that's one of the things I'm like, dude, let's move in somewhere where it's like move in ready so you don't have to do much. And everything else you do, it's like you move in, you're happy, you establish your family there and stuff like that. And then you can start saving some money or refinance your house or whatever you want to do to like extend or add or change.
Update stuff if you want. Yeah, I like little projects like that where, full remodels are hard, but, doing flooring or cabinets or whatever. Yeah. Painting, changing doors out, that sort of stuff. God, I don't even want to look at how much my parents' house is even worth. The one on Squires.
What it's worth now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the millions.
I don't want to. Oh, God. I loved that house. So pissed.
Should have left it to you, huh?
Well, at that time, definitely couldn't have afforded that.
Yeah.
Unfortunate divorce issue, but oh well.
That's how it is. Yeah. Well, hopefully you guys find something. I think the hardest part is I was lucky because I don't really care. Like I'll live in Reno. My immediate family is here though. Like my mom and dad come to dinner every Sunday.
Oh yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, that's like a thing we started doing here.
Yeah.
Since we live here.
Yeah.
Really close. So they come and have dinner every Sunday. So other than that, I don't really care. Like I'll move. And I don't know about my wife if she cares that much or not. But we lived in Carson. And that's where she's from. I loved it. I loved that house in general. I loved the area wasn't the greatest. And then you know what happened at the house there. So that wasn't the greatest. But then that house, if I could just grab that house and put it on this land, we'd be so happy.
Oh yeah.
So that house was sick. So we lived there. I adjusted to like the area. I thought everything was like within 10-minute drive. All of Carson City was 10 minutes from my house.
Yeah.
Like perfect, So this is where I grew up. And my wife was just like, no, I like it there. Let's move, So it was really easy. But that's like the thing. Like I know like your husband doesn't really care for this area.
Well, now supposedly he does.
Yeah.
Oh, so mad.
But that's the thing. So it's like, that's the hardest part. Like trying to find a place where you both agree that you want to live at.
Yeah.
And then start looking for a house in that area and everything.
Right.
So
the only thing is like, obviously I'd live down here in a heartbeat, but he would have to still work up there because for his job, working down here would not pay. So, which, I mean, a commute like that wouldn't be the end of the world, but it wouldn't be ideal. I commuted when my husband was deployed, I lived with my parents for like 6 months, but I worked at St. Mary's. So I had to,
oh shit.
I drove that. And of course it was a 6 months over winter. It was not fun.
Yeah.
So that drive's just hard because it's a little easier now with the freeway going to Carson, but just with Washoe Valley and how sketchy that weather can be sometimes. And it was just a pain. But if in an ideal world, I would live down here.
Down here, yeah. That's cool.
It's too nice. I love it down here. The schools are good. I mean, I am partial because I grew up down here, but it's just so expensive. Yeah.
That happens.
One can dream. But yeah.
Hey, sponsor the podcast.
Yeah, please. That'd be great.
Let Megan have a salary.
That'd be great.
That'd be cool. All right, let's end the show. On March 2nd, a popular streamer, Caitlin Amaranth Saragusa, was robbed at gunpoint. It was a big deal because like during all that shit, she was like on Twitter, which made people think like, dude, what are you on Twitter for? You know? But I guess it's real.
Where was this at? Sorry.
It was, I think she's in Texas somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere
it
in
was
Texas.
This country. Okay.
So she's like a huge streamer and turned like OnlyFans girl. So she's pretty well known. Like if I showed you a photo, you probably have seen her somewhere.
Oh, okay.
You know, she's one of those people. But the 30-year-old said that she was in bed while her husband was in another part of the property. When intruders broke in, it was 3 people. They pistol whipped her. They went to her bedroom, got her out of bed, pistol whipped her, beat the shit out of her supposedly, and were demanding for like money and then also like her crypto wallet. So with that being said, it's obviously someone that watches her stuff. Obviously, like, you know, but watches it enough to know that that's what you go for. So like I've seen her and I've seen her streams here and there, but it's not like I know that she has a tremendous amount of cryptocurrency, you know? So
maybe they hacked her stuff.
So if I went and robbed her, I wouldn't know to be like, hey, give me your crypto wallet because I'm assuming she is rich.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that. So obviously these people watch her enough to know that she has a shitload of money in crypto. So that's what they were.
Yeah, she's talked about it or something.
Yeah, so that's what they were after. However, she devised a plan during all that to lure the people to her husband, who was armed in a different part of the compound that they live at or whatever. Oh. So then there was a footage of that part where like they're like, give us fucking money or whatever, and she's like, all right, come with me or whatever. So it was something stupid like that. And you see them behind her and she's like showing them and it looks like she's taking them to like a garage. They go into the garage, you hear some stuff and then you hear like 3 bullets. The guys start running out and one of the guys says, I've been shot or whatever. And they ran. So they caught one guy. I don't know if it was the guy that got shot, but they're trying to find the other guy. But it was pretty wild. It's one of those things where, I mean, the guy was strapped, the husband, but I don't really know how like much they're into that kind of stuff. Maybe he just happens to have a gun, but not, I don't know.
Interesting.
Come in this house.
How about don't rob people's houses?
Yeah. Megan's got a shotty with her right now in her lap. Just saying. Her husband got an AR. Like, don't be coming over here. We got weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the interesting thing is, so there's a lot of guys that love this girl, like stalkers, just random guys and stuff like that. Every simp that thinks they have a chance with her. All of a sudden, heart breaks. No one knew she was married.
Oh, that's how everybody found out?
So she said, when this all happened, she said, I shot the guy, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, damn, dude, bitch is crazy. Like, that's cool. Like, good for her.
Yeah.
Now, you can't keep up that lie because it's in
police reports and
and everything's coming up. So now she had to like come forward. And that's why I think it is a true thing that happened. It's not like it was staged.
Yeah.
So she came out and said like, oh no, my husband shot him. I lured him to where I knew my husband was and my husband has a gun. So
she's going to have to fake a divorce now.
Which was weird though, because before, and this is the same guy, I believe, because he's like an Asian looking guy. There was like reports like 2 years ago that he beat the shit out of her or like he was like abusive towards her. So she like left him, but it was like her boyfriend. And then now all of a sudden that's the same guy and they're married.
Well,
so they keep that under wraps. And it's funny because so many guys spend so much money on this girl watching her just in hopes that she'll notice them.
That's part of it. Yeah. So now if they know she's married, there go a lot of your subscriptions.
I doubt it. They're idiots. But she did come out on the Aiden Ross stream, I think, and she was saying that with her husband, and they were saying that the husband's going to be more on her streams, and they're going to do like collab streaming now because like she feels safer doing it like that now. Which I'm like, oh yeah, no guy wants to see you and your husband on stream, you know, like
no.
So we'll see. Maybe she'll get a decline in there, but she's made so much money.
Yeah.
Like she was buying up gas stations and companies and shit like 2 years ago. Like she's made so much money. So, but it's wild. A lot of people have been in real life streaming. It's called IRL.
IRL. Okay.
And they're streaming, and then people show up because they're like, "Hey." So that happened to that same day that's happened.
A guy. Sorry, go ahead, because it might be what I'm talking.
Well, it was like 3 females. But that same day that happened, another incident was happening live as that was happening. Valkyrie, which is like the part owner of 100 Thieves, big streamer girl, pretty girl. Her and her friend, 2 other friends, were out like somewhere like Santa Monica Pier, I believe it was, and they were just hanging out. They had like a little crew, them that stream, and then the crew that likes filming and stuff like that. And then a guy came and kind of harassed them and chased one of them and said he was going to kill her and like all this shit. And it's like, yeah, that's going to happen. You're in real life. You're saying, hey guys, and the lag between a stream is like what, like 10 seconds, maybe a minute.
Yeah.
So like you can find someone if you want to where they're at. It's not that hard. And you're streaming and you don't have that big security or nothing like that. So I think now a lot of these people, I know Amaranth here said that they upped the security at her house, like actual security people.
Have you seen that guy online who like you could show him a picture of anywhere and he'll find it?
Yeah.
Oh, like that. That guy freaks me out. But yeah, you can't do anything. So they'll find out where you live. Like just from if you shoot some content like outside of your house and there's just something like the shape of your roof, you have a pool, they could see that in your backyard, like find that on satellite images or something. It's so scary.
I live in Sparks, Nevada, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, just
sure
letting you guys know. Well, yeah.
Yeah, but for women to do that is super dangerous in general. Like if you're doing it inside your house, like that's one thing, because if you're in a room, people shouldn't be able to find where you are. But to be outside in public and be like, here's where I am right now, and there's a million creeps online that are going to do weird shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Bad
easy.
idea.
You're watching their stream on your phone. You're on your phone as they're streaming.
Walking towards where they are.
Yeah. It's not that hard
It's not
to find
going to be
someone.
hard. No.
So it's kind of wild that's a lot of people do it, and mostly it is guys. So it's kind of wild that when these popular girls do it and they think that nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
It should be like that. It should be like where nothing happens.
Yeah.
And you're able to just go out and have fun with your friends. And
yeah, but we don't live in should land, unfortunately. But you got to think worst case scenario in a lot of situations.
Yeah.
And that's one of them.
But what you guys should do is like, comment, and subscribe to this video, to this podcast.
Have you seen the show Ghost Adventures in the past?
Never heard of it.
Really? On Travel Channel? The guy, Zach Baggins? They're from Vegas. They used to go to Virginia City a lot and do investigations out there. It was a popular show, especially a few years ago. Well, one of the main guys who'd been on there for a long time.
Zach Baggins?
No, this guy's name's Aaron Goodwin. His wife was arrested in Las Vegas and booked on conspiracy and solicitation to commit murder.
Damn. Oh, on him.
On him.
Yeah,
for
I saw
hiring that. For hiring someone to murder him. So I guess apparently it was discovered after a contraband phone. I should have segued into this story from our conversation earlier. Damn it. A contraband phone was seized at a Florida prison. After 3 years of their marriage, their relationship just, I guess, started to go bad. And she was having an affair with whoever this guy was in prison. I don't know if it started before he was in prison or what, but so she's talking to him while he's in there on this contraband phone. And they seized the phone when they found it at the prison. And she initially sent him via PayPal $2,500 and then said she would pay him $11,000 more once it's done. And so all these messages were found once they investigated the phone. And so now she is in Clark County, booked and held on $100,000 bail.
Put her in the firing squad.
I know. Oh, guy got killed by firing squad this week.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Unfortunate.
Do you think she was using the guy? Like, Did she expect the guy in prison to kill her husband?
Yeah, but I guess maybe when he got out, I guess. I don't know.
So do you think she found someone in prison that was getting out soon and that was violent? And that's how she started that?
Could have been that. I tried to find more info, and it was like none of the stories really dove deeper than that. So I don't know, but like maybe just get a divorce.
That guy must be a piece of shit if she wants him killed, huh?
I don't know, but maybe she's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, she is.
If you want to murder your husband, like, I mean, maybe allegedly, maybe he was doing things he shouldn't have been doing. I don't know, but pretty sketchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just thought that was interesting because I've kind of, I don't really watch that show at all, but I've followed their stories around for a while and stuff. And so I knew that he had gotten married like 3 years ago. And then all of a sudden that story popped up and I was like, oh shit.
Not good.
You don't hear about that every day.
No, not good.
No.
Well, she's where she deserves. She'll probably get a trial before YNW Melly.
Probably.
You need to look him up.
Yeah, I got to look that guy up.
Yeah. It's a good song. I would post it on here, but then I would probably get in trouble.
Yeah, you'd get demonetized.
Well, it's not like I'm monetized, but they would tell me, hey, take that episode down. Or
copyright infringement.
Yeah. You know, Drake and Kendrick were in a battle.
Oh, yeah.
The reason I was going for Kendrick because Drake and I were in a battle ourselves.
Oh.
So when I first started the podcast, I played like music all the time. I'd play like Michael Jackson. I'd play anything I wanted.
Like the intro?
Yeah, like I put songs or even out the outro and all that stuff, right?
Got it. Okay.
The only time I got in trouble was when I played Drake's music. Like I said, I played Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Like Thriller, because it was like Halloween time. And it was like my kid's favorite song. So I played that. And like Mac Miller and like all this stuff. And then nothing. And then when I got like, I got an email saying like, hey, you need to take these episodes down or whatever to figure it out. And it was from Drake's people.
He was pissed. You didn't pay him any money for it?
Yeah, I didn't pay him any money for playing it on the podcast. So that's why I'm team Kendrick.
Okay, me too now. Oh, my bad.
See?
Sorry.
Hangin, what an amateur.
Sorry, my bad.
So thank you guys for tuning in. Next week, might have Meg, maybe Hater Dave. Actually, I just saw Hater Dave at Toyota. I had my truck service and he was there.
Oh, what the hell?
I'm like, dude, should have just told me you're doing that and then I could have just like gave you a ride in my house and could have knocked it out and I brought you back.
What a weirdo.
Idiot.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll have you guys have an interview later today with someone else. Be posting that soon. Let us know in the comments who would you like to see on here that me and Meg could get. So I mean, don't be saying Drake or no one.
Yeah.
Someone that we can get.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have someone in your local area that you would want to see on the podcast, let them know.
Someone interesting, somebody who has like a crazy life story. That might be cool.
Like your wife tried to hire a hitman to kill you. That'd be kind of interesting to talk about. So hit us up. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. Leave us a rating.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Tell your baby mama, especially for me. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.